Test, test, test. Am I live? Give me a second. Okay, so still in chapter 4. We finally finished the investigation part and we are now in the mystery labyrinth. Personally, I have no idea who committed the crime or how it was committed. I have a few ideas, I guess. I have a few theories, but I'll probably have to go through the labyrinth for quite a while before I figure out what happened.
Again with the falling. Why can't it ever be a gentle landing? Oh, Vivia. This is called the Mystery Labyrinth.
So, this place is a physical manifestation of mysteries from the case?
You can tell? Oh, well, anyway, this actually isn't my forte. It's...
Due to the power of death. Her, right?
Huh?
So you really could see me this whole time.
He
Oh.
could?
It's due to my spiritual affinity.
As we
Ever since
guessed.
I was young, I've been able to see otherworldly things. My forte was gained through training that innate talent. Though, I wasn't able to see her clearly like this before. I could tell you were talking to some haze following you around, but that was it. Until one day, I used my spectral projection at the agency, and saw that death got clear as crystal. After that, I did some research. I discovered that the WDO underground book vault held something called the Book of Death. And also, that someone had taken it.
Oh.
Did I take it? Before I lost my memories?
I don't know. Since you're a rookie, I doubt you'd have access to the book vault.
Do we actually know?
Only a
Yume's
handful
rookie?
of people have WDO clearance for that.
I still have the theory that
Just
Yume's
a handful?
actually number 1.
Anyway, you've been using this ability to solve the other cases up till now, haven't you?
Yeah.
So, this is also related to the mysterious deaths of all those culprits? My guess is, clearing a labyrinth, a materialization of a mystery, causes its true perpetrator to die. If that's the case, you've killed a lot of people with your own hands, Yuma.
He's smart.
Well, I didn't really kill anyone. It's just what happens when...
Nope. I may be the one reaping their souls, but the blood is still on your hands.
What? Hey!
No point in pretending to be a goody two-shoes. You're risking your life to solve these mysteries.
I see. So you're determined to do this, huh? Sorry, but I don't think I have that kind of conviction myself. So, I think I'll take a nap here while you go and risk your life.
You can sleep if you want, but you won't be able to get out.
Is that so?
If you're not with Master when and if he solves the labyrinth, this place will collapse around you. Well, if you don't have any regrets in the real world, you're free to die here.
Regrets? I don't have any of those. but there are still some things I've left unfinished. Especially after you exposed the mystery of this case.
What do you mean by that?
I'll be perfectly clear. I'm just going to tag along. I'll leave the heavy lifting to you.
I don't care what you do, just don't get in our way. Well, Master, let's do the usual.
Yeah, okay.
Master, are you ready to give your life for the truth?
This again.
I am.
Is that sword for cutting through mysteries? This place must be pretty dangerous.
Here you go, Master. Here's your solution key.
Is that key something like a clue for the case? Wow. Looks like you're ready to go.
Could you be more of a doubter? Whatever. I'm gonna ignore you. So let's go and unriddle this mystery labyrinth! Let's hunt down this culprit who preys on the truth!
We have to walk? This is unbearable.
Lydia is my spirit animal.
You're bumming me out here.
I thought you were gonna ignore him. Say, Vivia, do you remember anything about the case?
You mean Dr. Huesca's murder? Or are you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
Oh.
That's pretty rare. Must be because of his whole.
Does it mean he will also
spiritual thing.
remember everything inside everything that happens inside?
So
the
the others
labyrinth?
lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
That's actually kind of
How
cool.
rude of them. It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
That reminds me, I used my coalescence with Fubuki before Vivia. But Vivia is the only one who came into the mystery labyrinth.
I guess coalescence got overwritten. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability.
Also, Fubuki was not
I
in
don't
the room
know
with
either.
us.
You don't know? But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
You would have been better off with Fubuki. She would have been far more useful for this case.
It doesn't matter anyway. No one can use their forte here.
Oh. So now I really don't have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Jeez! You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, relax.
Wait, why can I not move? Oh, my Joy-Con. Oh, my Joy-Con was not connected for some reason.
Ooh, there's the
Huh? I wish they wouldn't spring out of nowhere like that.
I thought this labyrinth would only require your wits, but it looks like it's going to take more than that, Yuma.
Well, he doesn't have a whole lot of wits, so he doesn't have a choice.
1, 2. 1, 2.
Huh? Why didn't a problem appear?
I was gonna ask that. I thought it was a bug.
Not only was there no problem,
I thought it was a
no
graphical
choice
glitch.
appeared either. Master, maybe you don't even know which mystery to start with to solve this case.
Yeah, there's so many unknowns. I'm honestly feeling lost right now.
Come on! You gotta know where to start with this stuff, or you won't be able to solve a single thing! Let's decide that for now. What's the first mystery of this case?
The first mystery is... the fact that Dr. Weska was murdered in a completely locked room with no way in or out. The doctor was located deep in the critical lab, behind layers of security. And yet, he was found stabbed to death. We were the first to discover the body. At the time, we were controlling the robot, Amapel. Because of that, we were thought to be the culprits, but we obviously aren't. So how did the culprit get in and out of the doctor's lab? That's what I don't know.
So my
But
theory
the
so
culprit
far
is
is that
definitely the hitman, right?
he was hiding in the vent.
I think so, but I'm not absolutely
He was
sure.
hiding in the vent while we were
Besides,
outside,
even if
waited
the
for us
hitman
to
did
use the
it,
Amapal.
there's the question of who hired him. But there's no doubt the hitman stabbed Chief Yako.
But that doesn't explain how the
That's
hitman
the only
was
thing
in the
I'm
room
absolutely certain about.
beforehand. Or at least the doctor was surprised by someone in the room.
Peacekeepers?
Kanai Ward's garbage. What are you doing here?
Yomi Hell Smile.
So the director of the Peacekeepers is here.
Yeah, but he's just part of the Mystery Labyrinth.
I figured. In other words, he's a monster created from the labyrinth, right?
Right.
You pieces of shit. You're disturbing the peace of Kanai Ward!
This looks
This
like
guy
a Shin
doesn't
Megami
seem like
Tensei
an easy
enemy.
opponent.
But we have no choice. For Chief Yako. For everyone.
You killed Dr. Weska, didn't you? Turn yourselves in so I can torture you to death!
Okay, security power supply, toxic gas, probably.
You're the...
Toxic gases that kill, so regular masks are ineffective. The critical lab, there was a shoe print in Apple's head. I think it's probably gonna be this, maybe? I don't
The
know.
ones who killed Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab.
Wait, critical lab security system operates on a separate power system. Oh, it's probably this. Then, wait, can I use this? Too early. Too early.
Say,
But
Oh yeah, the doctor was already dead.
then
Okay, okay.
You're the ones who killed Dr. Weska. You disarmed the security system to the doctor's lab. And then murdered him inside. Until you actually entered the lab, the security system for the critical lab stayed active. It's impossible to bypass the system while it's active. In other words, no one can enter the doctor's lab. There couldn't be an intruder.
This is the truth.
Nice.
When the body was first discovered, Amapal was about to enter the doctor's lab. But something bumped into it and knocked it over. In fact, there was a mark on Amapal's head, like someone kicked it. That mark wasn't there when we borrowed it. It's proof that someone else was in the lab.
You call that evidence? Is bullshit the only thing that comes out of that mouth? Don't make me laugh.
No.
Shit! There was an intruder?
I misclicked.
That's impossible!
Oops.
And in fact, you proved that yourself!
Ah.
Damn!
Get him!
Repel the contradiction.
Don't make me laugh! Shit! There was an intruder? That's impossible! And in fact, you proved that yourself!
That claim doesn't hold up! What do you mean? We proved there wasn't an intruder!
You still don't understand? Don't make me laugh! If there were...
Lab map. This device. Use to prevent power of one of the one in the panel chamber cannot open cells.
Was another intruder. Then where did they go? By the time you arrived at the scene, there was no one else, right? There's no place to hide in the critical room.
Wait. Lock information. I think it's this.
I'll slash through this mystery! There's a hiding spot. It's inside the airlock's decontamination device. The vent cover can be easily removed, and there's just enough space for someone to fit inside. If they hid inside the decontamination device, we wouldn't have seen them when we arrived at the scene.
So what? You've got it all wrong anyway. Everything is wrong. Your existence is all wrong. Have fun chasing that fake truth you found.
We managed to defeat him this time, but it's not over yet.
He sure is persistent, huh?
Anyway, there's no doubt someone else was inside the doctor's lab. So let's unravel each mystery one at a time.
All right, we'll get it this time.
Come on, why does it have to be so sudden?
Okay, now that we've wedged our way into this mystery, we just gotta head through the labyrinth and reach the truth!
Was there an intruder? I think so.
Right here!
We're just now getting to the point? What a pain.
Hey, don't sigh. This is a good thing.
Sorry.
Anyway, let's head inside.
There was an intruder for sure. We know someone bumped into Amapal.
The culprit probably hit Amapal on their way out. After that, they must have intended to leave the lab. But they couldn't because we were in the front chamber. So they hid inside the decontamination device to avoid us.
So, if you checked inside the decontamination device on the way to the scene, you would have caught the culprit then and there.
Yeah, but it was an emergency and we had no idea they were in there.
So I guess they were not
It's
there.
super lame to make up excuses, Master.
Maybe they could have been there from the start.
It's not an excuse, but it is true. If I had thought about why Amapal was knocked over at that time, I would have realized the culprit was in there. We could have waited in ambush or
I mean,
searched for them.
how could I not tell though?
And if I'd caught the culprit then,
I thought it was
Chief
obvious.
Yako wouldn't have gotten stabbed.
At least it was obvious to me that when you got knocked over, it must have been a
wallowing in
person.
regret is even lamer. If you have time for that, you have time to keep going.
Right.
Really? Another fork in the path.
How did the culprit enter
Seems like
the
we're
lab?
finally at the central question. This is the first step to solving how the culprit
I
committed
feel like
an impossible murder.
Wait, did I?
I leave the rest to you. I'm going to read a book or
So
something.
it cannot be invited because the doctor was
You
surprised.
can bring your own stuff into the mystery labyrinth?
He's just special.
Vivier is Vivier. Cannot be by cutting the power, right? Did the culprit never enter the room in the first place? Maybe the culprit waited for us to deactivate the security. Cause yeah, I don't think the other two are possible. Or at least I don't think the deactivating security by cutting power is possible because the room had its own power circuit. So it's either invited by the doctor or never entered in the first place, but the doctor was surprised at some point. Wait, if the doctor was surprised, then he must have seen something. I don't know. I'm just choosing this one first. I feel like I got a feeling this one is the correct one.
Culprit never entered? But you said there's no doubt the culprit was in there.
Perhaps the intruder is not the culprit after all.
Wait, oh,
So you're saying that the doctor committed suicide?
wait, really?
If
No.
the doctor committed suicide, then the culprit wasn't the intruder,
Why is he not
the
one
doctor himself.
But if the doctor did it, there would be no intruder. The doctor was already in the lab.
Huh? A trap?
Guess you were wrong, Yuma. Well, I already knew that before you entered.
Oh, really?
What? Why didn't you tell me?
You wanted me to tell you? Should have said so earlier.
Okay.
People only grow by learning from past
So
mistakes.
is it...
Which is why I purposely...
Did the guy get invited by the doctor then? Because might have been the anonymous person.
Get out of here!
How do we get out?
Use logic to show how this route is the wrong one!
Oh. Oh.
Alright, I'll try.
This is the first time I choose the wrong door, so I didn't know there was this thing. Why is the doctor committed suicide? Not correct. Stab wounds in the back. I mean, when I chose this door, I didn't...
That's right. The doctor was stabbed 3 times in the back.
I didn't think about this.
One stab would have indicated that he
suicide.
held the knife in place, then fell on it to kill himself. But he couldn't have made 3 wounds like that. There's no way it was a suicide. Well, I may have messed up, but at least we got a little closer to the truth.
Maybe, but if you hadn't messed up in the first place, you wouldn't have to come up with such a lame excuse.
I know. I'll do better next time.
Wait, was the door still correct? I mean, we still managed to get past the door, so maybe the there was no intruder is still correct. It's just the suicide part that was wrong. Maybe I'm just coping. Just coping on my part. Okay, it is wrong. Okay. Invited by... Wait. If it cannot be the power supply thing, it must be invited by the doctor then.
Right here.
I hope I'm not wrong this time. Cause... So the power supply...
The
To the
doctor
room.
invited the culprit in? But why?
Okay, I think this might be wrong.
Things are so muddled now because we're assuming the culprit forced their way inside. If the culprit was invited to the lab, then he easily would have been able to enter.
Yeah, I think that is wrong because the doctor was surprised.
So you think the doctor disabled the security? He wouldn't
Yeah,
have
it is
needed it if he
wrong.
was expecting
It
a
is wrong.
guest.
Just the fact... I feel like just the fact that this is... yeah, it's the same crap.
Huh?
So it cannot be
This
because
route
the
is
doctor
wrong
was
too?
surprised.
Again?
No,
Don't let him influence you.
So he deactivated the trap, but... Lab map. Oh yeah! Okay. The last time it was turned off was a while ago. Yeah, I forgot about that detail.
The log on the doctor's computer didn't show any signs of security getting shut down. If that's the case, he certainly didn't cut security just to let someone in.
Wait, if security didn't shut down, then cannot be the left door either. So are all 3 of them wrong? Because security wasn't shut down,
No
right?
excuses, Master. Do it again.
There must be a 4th
you're
door.
tired, Yuma. Why don't you lie down
Yeah, I
for
feel
a
like
bit?
there must be either a
Resting
4th
here
door
wouldn't help me at all.
or maybe there's another explanation. You're suspicious. Suspicious is correct. Is it? But yeah, because I said it cannot be the left door, because when there was a blackout, it couldn't have cut off the power to the security, to the room, because it uses a different power circuit. Or at least that's what I explained. I think the culprit entered the lab after we went in with the ammo pal. That's my answer.
Right here.
But that door is not available right now, so I think maybe that door is gonna appear now. If this is wrong.
The culprit used
Yeah.
the blackout to slip
Yeah,
past
this door is
security
wrong. It's the
and
same.
into
I cannot
lab.
run, and I see the
That
same
answer
wall.
is pretty simple.
I see the same wall in front of
Almost
me.
too simple.
Oh, same trap. Yeah, I think so. Then my first theory might be correct. I think the culprit was waiting in the vent, waited for us to
This labyrinth is a tricky one.
disable security with the
It's
Amatal,
like
and
one
then
of those
kill
old
the
detective
doctor.
novels.
I think that's
Perhaps you're
correct.
the real culprit, Yuma.
Really, Master?
Of course not! Focus! We need to get out of here!
I need to get some water. Electrical... Separate power system. Yeah, that's what I said. There cannot be
The
this
doctor
one.
said the critical lab was on a separate grid, and the lab switchboard wasn't in the electrical room. The security wouldn't shut off, even if there was a blackout in the building. What's going on? Were all three routes wrong?
I wonder what it means.
Fourth door. Or maybe now I need to guess. Oh, there is a fourth door.
Hey, there's another door!
I get it! Since we proved that every possibility was wrong, a new one has appeared!
Interesting. The mystery labyrinth not only materializes the case, but also changes based on your investigation.
Right. Something felt off about those other routes. It's almost like we were forced to choose the wrong way.
But by eliminating each wrong answer one by one, you opened the path to the right answer.
You sound disappointed.
Who cares? Let's just see what's in the final route!
Entered and killed.
They use spectral projection to
what?
enter and kill him?
What?
Then, the culprit is... I can't believe the culprit entered the labyrinth with us. That's never happened before. How dare you trick me!
Cannot be Vivian. But it cannot be
There's
astral
no
projection
escape.
though.
Once the
Because
mystery labyrinth is
they cannot
solved,
interact
the
with
culprit
physical
will be
objects.
judged. Master, let's finish up this mystery labyrinth and boom kill this dude!
You cannot touch
Hold
objects
on.
in astral projection though. So this must also be wrong.
Another
Yeah, it
shot!
is wrong.
That's why I said to wait. There's no way Vivi is the culprit.
We're just gonna go
Prove it and beat this thing!
and like keep running into
I won't be
traps.
convinced until you do!
Okay. Let's see. You cannot touch anything while using. Yeah. There was no way for him to kill.
To begin with, nothing can be touched while in ghost form. He couldn't have held the murder weapon, the knife. So it's not possible that he stabbed the doctor. Now do you trust Vivia?
Master, I've said this 1,000 times, but a detective must suspect everything. Besides, it's his fault for being so sketchy. The way he looks, how he talks, everything is super suspicious.
Sorry. I do try to stay out of sight.
Anyway, let's go back.
If he's not the culprit, then we're back to square one.
Let's try going back to the fork in the path. Maybe something else changed.
Okay, new path now.
Nothing's changed.
There aren't any new doors. What? There's nowhere to go? What was the point of eliminating all the other paths?
Come on.
Don't start with that again. How about you help us for a change? You better cooperate, unless you want to get chopped up by Master Solution Blade.
Hold on, Shinigami.
I don't want to get chopped up. I dislike pain immensely. But you know, the journey up to now wasn't a waste. We did eliminate many possibilities.
But that means nothing if we can't reach the truth.
Nothing.
Hmm?
Why do you want the truth in the first place?
Huh?
It's easy to say you want the truth, but are you sure you can handle it? No matter how cruel that truth may be.
Can I handle it?
I'm still not sure if you're the kind of person who can. I bet you're not sure either. That's why you're still so hesitant. This mystery labyrinth also reflects your reluctance. Maybe that's why you can't reach the truth.
What are you talking about? I've said it before and I'll say it again. I won't hesitate to expose the truth.
So you still haven't realized it? Guess you're not quite there yet. Well, that's fine for now. But eventually, you'll be forced to make a choice. When that happens, you'll have to prove your conviction and expose the truth, like you said.
Enough nonsense. Let's find some clues.
As an apology for the distraction, let me tell you something. This labyrinth appears to change shape by reflecting our investigation. So, instead of following the revealed path, isn't it possible to carve your own path?
Sounds like a
Carve
shonen
my own
protagonist.
path. That's right, Shinigami! We can create new routes with our own deductions. Maybe we can do it here.
Sometimes, just a slight change in perspective is enough to completely change how you see things.
So if I change my perspective here, I might see something new. I see. I was so focused on how to overcome the security system. But that's not right. I need to change my perspective and think about who could have overcome it.
Don't box yourself in with your own assumptions.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I hate when the anemic vampire tells us what to do. But if Master wants to... then fine. I'll lend you my power. Lay it all out, Master!
Spiral again? Oh no. What word is it gonna be though?
Are you ready to play
What? Is it Amapal? Oh yeah, it's Amapal. Wait. Wait, what? Oh, it's it's wrong A. Okay, okay. Ama.
That's right.
That is correct. So it is correct. So he did wait for us to disable security with the Amapal.
A new route appeared.
This is all thanks to me.
Perhaps I said too much. Well, nothing has been solved yet.
I wish you'd express yourself a little better. How can we tell if you're happy or sad?
I've never been happy or sad in my entire life. I want to die someday.
This guy's hopeless!
Anyway, let's explore this new route.
Right. Nice.
When you think about who could get past security, the only option we know of is Amapal.
True, and that's how we were able to get through security ourselves.
But it's just a toy robot, right? How is it related to the case?
I don't know yet, but since Amapal can get through security, it must be important.
It's sealed off here, too.
Hey, there's an intercom. Maybe someone will respond if you use it.
No way. Huh? Doctor?
Huh? Wait. What the? Wait. Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Yeah, there is the thing that I was
Isn't this
confused
the
about.
footage of when the doctor was attacked?
I think
Yeah,
maybe
you're
he
right.
was not attacked at the time, but I'm a bit confused about who that person was, who he saw.
The mystery materialized. It must be related to what the doctor just said.
Who are you was directed
So the
at?
question is, who did the doctor say, who are you, to? Well, I'll leave it to you.
I don't get how you can keep reading at a time like this.
That'd be the culprit, right? Because I think the culprit came in with us. So was it no one? Was the doctor just seeing things? Because Amapal, he wouldn't say who. And I think the culprit was not there yet. So I think the answer is no one. But I don't know why. I don't know why yet.
The trap didn't activate. Does that mean we found the right answer? Huh? So the right answer is no one? Why would the doctor say, "Who are you?" if no one was there?
He was seeing things.
The security was still active at the time, so no one could enter the doctor's lab, right?
He forgot to take his meds.
And that was before I borrowed Amapel. So the only explanation is that no one was there.
Why would he say that if no one was there?
I think if we go there, we'll find the answer.
What? That route's obviously just a side road. Who cares what the old geezer was thinking anyway?
But it looks like this is the only way we can go. Besides, I am curious about what was going through his mind. It could be an important factor in solving the mystery behind this case.
Still, being forced to take a side route is too much trouble. Makes me wish I was dead.
So, Master, do you have an idea about what the geezer was thinking?
Not yet, but I think it has to do with why he said, "Who are you?" I think the doctor was putting on an act.
An act? Really?
The doctor put on an act for a reason, but I have no idea why. We have to figure that out by going down this doctor's motive route.
Why? Maybe the doctor wanted to get out. Oh, I don't know. I mean, we know that the doctor wanted to get out of Kanai ward, but
He's here too?
You rats keep scurrying around. Do you really think you'll discover Dr. Weska's motive this way? Good luck with that, morons! He had no motive at all!
Well, he said there's nothing here. Let's head back.
We can't do that! If he's trying to block our path, then this route must be important.
Nah, fine.
I'm only here because you maggots piss me off. So, I'm gonna end you here and now!
Doctor email records. Doctor notes. His diagrams of a person being splashed with sulfuric acid. Email was regular communication. Was planning to escape. Photo of a young man and woman.
This was all part of the doctor's plan? He didn't have a plan at all! That exchange on the intercom wasn't an act! There was no reason to put on a show. The doctor misunderstood. You probably don't know this. Weska put his soul into his work.
Ah, the other
The
side.
research was going well. The doctor was loyal to Amaterasu.
It's not.
No, the doctor was planning on betraying Amaterasu Corporation. He was trying to escape Kanai Ward. He said so in the messages he wrote.
You little...
Yomi's rebuttal? What was that? What was he trying to deny? Why was he covering up the doctor's motives?
It seems that this case involves the inner workings of Amaterasu.
Right. The doctor was going to betray Amaterasu. And whoever he was emailing knew that. So the doctor locked himself in the lab to protect himself from that person.
Perhaps the doctor's act had something to do with that.
What?
It's the security gate. Everything's locked up.
How did the doctor
Which
plan to
means
escape?
this is a complex problem. We have to choose the right door and insert the correct solution key.
This is way more hassle than before. Guess I'll leave it to you, Yuma.
As always.
Terrorist bombing, blackout, swapping places. What? I need the doc. So the terrorist bombing was previous chapter. I don't think it's related. The blackout happened this time. Swapping places. Did he plan to swap places with another person? Maybe he pretended. Maybe the body is not actually the doctor's body. Pretended to be dead or something. I think, when did the blackout happen though? Wait, I'm gonna double check. I don't remember when the blackout happened. I think it's after he pretended there was someone in the room, so maybe that's related. Birds bottle, floor plan, enlarged image. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! Oh, wait. So he wanted to swap places with someone by splashing sulfuric acid on his face? Maybe? Was that how?
Oh, the door actually opened.
Oh, it might,
I knew
it might
I
be
could
that.
let Yuma handle it.
Are you sure you aren't a phantom?
So the doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu. The notes he left behind in the lab hinted at his plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
At the very least, it'd buy him enough time to escape Kanai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid? Yay! So cool and grotesque! So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman. The doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived. The doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the body as a decoy.
Now that I think about it, the doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. when will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
And that was the act he put on by asking you, who are you?
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in, Yuma.
He was trying to lure Master?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system. And thereby, acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out.
Well, he couldn't have used another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence. He needed visitors. People from outside to pull it off.
Huh? Oh, did I go the wrong way? Oh, I didn't even notice the elevator on the right.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab...
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now. Aw, so close.
You want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange. So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
Where are we?
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point! So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
The culprit entered the lab before Amapal. I don't think so. Oh wait.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing.
So when the Amapal opened the door, we were stuck there for quite a while. I think the culprit entered before the Amapal, and then
we're at the crossroads of mystery and solution.
And then got out before the Amapal came in and kicked the Amapal or something. I don't know.
Now, Master, which one will you choose?
I think... Or was the culprit on top of the Amapal the whole time? And then jumped down when the Amapal was in front of the door, so that's why the Amapal fell down. I don't know, I'm just gonna choose this one for now.
When I directed Amapal to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in him. Which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the doctor's lab.
Your answer? Is correct!
Nice. I knew it.
Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double
Wait.
down?
Double down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
I was 90% sure, so
Little by little, we're narrowing down when the culprit entered.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapel entered his lab. During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
no, I don't think it's then.
But Fubuki waited at the front chamber while Desuhiko and I went to borrow Amapel. She said no one entered or left the lab. Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
This is a map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
Okay.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where, Yuma?
Was it on top of the Amapal? Could it be possible? Oh. Who was the culprit? Was in the vents. So the vents were here. Were the vents here? I remember there were vents on this side as well, but I think it's here.
Here! The culprit must have been here!
It was inside the vent, yeah.
Yay! It opened!
After the exchange on the intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber, when we went to borrow Amapel, the culprit had to have already made their way inside. But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system. There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
But I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime. So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapel into the airlock.
And from there, Yuma, you guided Amapel to the doctor's lab. So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before then? How would that be possible? Only Amapel could get past security, right?
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapal unit.
No, the researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapel.
Which means the Amapel Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
Yeah, this was my
Yeah,
theory since
that's
the
the
start.
only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
What is it?
How about giving up? I'm getting tired.
Nope, motion denied. Another fork in the road? Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
How did the culprit use Amapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
As a shield, as a weapon. I guess technically as a shield. Well, or maybe. I mean, as a shield against the security, technically. If that's what I mean, I will choose as a shield, but I don't think it was that. I think he either stood on top of the Amapal, so, or just waited for the Amapal to pass through. I don't know. But I feel like it's either as a shield or neither. Because there's a carriage
Do you think
count.
neither is really the right answer?
Given the process of elimination, that must be it. Amapal's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor. Which means Amapal wasn't the murder weapon. And the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock would destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapal?
I think we'll find out if we continue down this path.
What?
Huh? That was the wrong answer? Come on, Master!
So was it actually shield? Oh. Oh, it's a different room.
Ow!
It's a different room, so
Huh?
that was probably correct.
We're...
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
Yeah.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Huh? Even the question
Or
is
was
the
the
same.
culprit before
Does
the
that mean we gotta
crime?
do it all over again?
I will say
Well, the logic is
top-
still sound. There's no other hiding
on
spot
top
for the
of the
culprit besides
Amapal.
the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again. We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapal. And I refuse to walk any more than I have to.
Hey, don't sit down!
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing, then. We're back at... Where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at... How did the culprit use Amapal? With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapal was used?
Help him out more! More, more, more!
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right? At that moment, only the culprit and Amapal were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
The culprit did something to Amapal?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice them. Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
Something strange. Hey! Now that you mention it, back then... Oh hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapal sees. It's like the cockpit of a mecha. Whoa, what was that?
Oh, was that?
Did it break already? I thought it was state of the art.
I actually forgot this part.
No, it's alright. It's stabilized.
So I guess the culprit just jumped on top of the Amapal.
There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapal. It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me, right?
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking. Was there anything else unusual?
Something unusual. Something I missed.
Anything else? It's not like Amapal's camera showed the culprit.
Wait, that's it!
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange? The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapal, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera?
I mean, the Amapal.
If the
fell
culprit
to the
went past
ground.
Amapal to enter the doctor's lab, they would have been spotted for sure.
Now that you mention it...
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off? How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapal's camera?
Hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
A single answer?
Sheesh. I talk too much.
Whoa, one mystery after another! What did you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
I mean, the
Let's
culprit must
stay
have been
calm
on
and
top.
think about it. There's plenty of time.
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries. Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
Culprit's location. Amapal's usage. Its malfunction. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All this can be solved with just one answer?
On top. Must be. Transportation. Jump on it.
I got it! The culprit rode on Amapal's head, using it as a method of transportation.
Easy.
The door opened!
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
Absolutely! I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapal. What did you mean by that?
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapal and used it to get through. After we left Amapal in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device. Then they jumped on Amapal's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
That's insane.
Is it? I think it's fairly reasonable. Amapal can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight. So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect its functionality.
The shoe print on Amapal's head wasn't caused by someone kicking it. It was left there from the culprit hopping on and off.
I thought that was obvious.
After that,
when they were talking about
culprit
kicking, I was like,
simply
there is
rode
no
up
way,
as
there
it
is no way
moved
someone
toward the
kicking it
doctor's lab.
will leave that footprint.
By doing so, the culprit was able to evade the camera and remain hidden as they made their way through the lab.
You're right. If it's true, it does solve all of the previous mysteries. Imagining the culprit riding on a robot makes me laugh.
But Yuma, have you not realized it?
Realize what?
You're still missing something. One major mystery.
Is he talking about who is the culprit? Or who is the... I mean, yeah, I think that's still a mystery, we don't know. We haven't solved.
The greatest mystery of this case should appear soon. Just the thought of it gets me feeling down.
This case's greatest mystery?
Who is the killer, though?
This is the panel chamber.
That means the doctor's lab is just beyond it. If we can get through here, we'll reach the goal, yeah?
Oh, when did the culprit get off?
Is this the greatest mystery you mentioned?
Not exactly what I was envisioning.
Well, this is the mystery to be solved.
I think
so
it's
let's figure
either
it out.
when we opened the door, because we kind of stayed there for a while without moving,
Beats me.
or when we went into the door. I think it's while opening the door. Cannot be before. It's either while or when. But I don't know if when opening the door will give him enough time to actually kill the doctor. I think while we were opening the door, we kind of stayed there for a long time because we were not moving. So that might be the correct timing. And then
The culprit murdered the doctor before Amapal entered the room. Which means the culprit had to have gotten ahead of Amapal at some point. It was when the door first opened. At that moment, the culprit snuck into the doctor's room.
Yeah, when the doors were slowly opening, just like this. That's when the culprit took their chance.
I don't know because... Oh wait.
Right. The moment there was enough space for a person to slip through, the culprit hopped off and went inside.
Like this?
Couldn't they just have left the alcohol or something without actually jumping up? Okay, it was correct though. And then I guess they kicked the Amapal on the way out.
Still haven't reached the
Or
goal.
pushed the
I thought we
Amapal on the
could
way
get
out.
into the doc's lab now.
Is this a joke to you? Your deduction is full of holes. If this is a joke, it's not very funny.
Master, you know what to do.
Of course.
I'll take your garbage deduction and toss it in the trash. I am the saint of Kanai Ward, protecting it from filth like you!
I probably not in design. The controls for the camera and the body do not function while extending and retracting an arm. So that's when we were opening the door.
The culprit hopped off Malapal as the door opened, then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist!
Oh.
Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit, the camera would have caught it. No one would do something so risky. The crime would have been exposed.
Did I select the right one? Yeah. Amapal's design. Should
The
be
culprit
correct.
must be really lucky.
Wait, what? Okay. I think the key is correct.
That's right.
Yeah, the key is correct. I just need to find the
The
correct.
culprit hopped off Malapal's door opened, then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist. Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
Ah,
the
I know.
camera would have caught
I
it.
wanted to get that one. Okay.
No one would do something so risky. The crime would have been exposed.
I think the line
The
of sight
culprit must be
is
really
the-
lucky.
The correct sentence.
What? Did they use some sort of special power?
I think it's the
Right.
line of sight.
No.
For now.
The culprit hopped off Malapal as the door opened,
Either that or the special power sentence.
then slipped through the gap in the door. That's impossible, even for Fink the Slaughter Artist. Think about it. If Amapal's line of sight changed just a bit,
I'll slash through
Nice.
this mystery. Amapal is designed so that when its hand is stretched out, it won't execute any other inputs. That's why when it was pressing the button for the door, the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
you little maggots, don't get so full of yourselves. You're not getting out of here alive.
I get it. So Amapal couldn't move while the door was opening. That's when the culprit took their chance.
Since the door opens outward, it's possible to take advantage of the blind spot it creates. That's how the culprit managed to stay outside the camera's view as they entered the doctor's room.
So it's an elaborate murder that took advantage of Amapal's design, and even the direction the door opens. Whoever planned this must have really wanted the doctor dead. I guess you can call it an obsession. How scary. Just like this passageway. Where will it take us? Perhaps a suite with the culprit's obsession on full display? A room of nightmares?
Knock it up with the weird soliloquies. Let's go.
You're really going?
Huh?
Again?
Hey, Yuma. When the culprit entered the doctor's room while the door was open,
Huh? Yeah?
at the time, the doctor was in the room, right? If the door opened and an intruder entered, how could the doctor not have noticed?
So what if he did notice? It's not a big deal.
Yes.
Oops. Oops. I misclicked. Oops. What was the key to read? It's not a big deal. Yes, it is. If he had noticed an intruder, the doctor would have turned to face him, which means he wouldn't have been stabbed in the back. That piece of trash is right. Okay. I mean, maybe he tried to run away or something.
Listen to my incredible words of wisdom.
he
Your
tried to
crappy
find a
deduction
weapon.
is worth less than shit! Everything you do is a fucking mistake! Damn it! Your deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind. That's all impossible!
I mean, it could still be from behind. I think.
Master!
Yeah.
I think you can still be
Damn
from
it!
behind.
Your deduction is inconsistent. It's full of inconsistencies. By your logic, even if the doctor could be stabbed, it wouldn't be from behind.
Ah, too early.
My claim doesn't hold up! No, the culprit did stab the doctor in the back. That's how the body was discovered.
That's why I'm saying your deduction is inconsistent. By your logic, the doctor couldn't have been murdered in that way!
Doctors know that map information.
The culprit.
Let's see. Oh, the doctor had hearing issues. Yeah. There is
Brick quickly
probably
entered the
different-
lab. But the doctor was in the room at the time, right? There's no way he missed an intruder. Running is noisy. So Wesker would have heard and turned to face the culprit. And his chest would have been stabbed, not his back.
Okay, it's the
Unless you think the
running
doctor was asleep. Is there any trace of him being drugged? Even if he didn't look back from his desk, he would have heard someone coming.
Oh no.
This is the truth! Wait, the doctor had trouble hearing. That's why he didn't notice the intruder.
Now you're spouting nonsense. Say whatever you want, it won't save you. There's a gaping hole in your logic, and there's no way you're gonna fill it at this rate. Because you, more than anyone else, you're the one refusing to see the truth right before your eyes.
What? I refuse to see the truth?
Hmm?
Vivius said the same thing, but...
It's strange, don't you think? Isn't it about time you noticed that something's off here?
Huh?
You've solved many mysteries up to now, yet none of them are directly connected to the culprit's identity.
Oh
That's because the culprit is the hitman.
That's what
If
I
that's
was
the
wondering
case,
about earlier.
Why haven't you reaped the hitman's soul? And that would end the labyrinth.
It's not that easy. The culprit will fight back, unless we solve all the mysteries first. Hang on. What are you getting at?
In my eyes, the reason a single mystery hasn't been directly connected to the culprit is because of Yuma's reluctance. It's pushing away the mysteries that lead to the culprit.
Hmm?
Huh?
Subconsciously, you're
Wait, is
closing
the
your
culprit gonna
eyes to
be
the truth.
one of the detectives?
That's why you haven't touched on the hole in your reasoning.
Wait, who could it be though?
What hole?
Whatever, that's enough. Just ignore this guy and keep going.
Maybe Yako?
Hey!
Is that? Cannot be, right? Or at least if it is someone that
Yuma.
he's rejecting as the
Yuma.
culprit, then it must be
Please,
must
go
be
away.
Yako among the detectives.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The huge hole in this investigation.
What are you...
Just ignore him.
Let's review your deduction, shall we? The culprit took advantage of Amapau's locked position and entered the lab. And before the robot entered the room, that person stabbed the doctor from behind. However, they bumped into Amapau while escaping, causing it to fall over. That was obviously a mistake, but since it wasn't captured on video, they were able to avoid detection. After that, the culprit went inside the decontamination device in the airlock to hide from you.
That's correct. So what's the hole in my deduction?
It's before all of that. It remains the case's greatest mystery.
Which is?
How did the culprit get past security?
What?
We already told you that. The culprit rode on top of Amapau as Master controlled it and was taken all the way to the doctor's lab.
But if someone was riding on it, how did they get past the high voltage shocks in the panel chamber?
I mean, wouldn't
Oh,
it because we went like we used the time reversal thing?
This is the end for you! You
We
have nowhere
technically-
left to go!
We technically didn't get shocked because we turned back time.
I won't let you maggots ruin the peace of Kanai Ward! As the king of Amaterasu Corporation and the guardian of Kanai Ward, I will stop you here and now!
Perhaps this too is an obsession. Why does he insist on covering up the truth? Tell me, what will you do, Yuma? Are you going to stay willfully blind?
No, I'll fight. Whether it's subconscious or not, I won't look away from the truth. I'll find the truth no matter what. This is for the Chief and everyone at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Good luck! You'll never find it. You'll scurry around this labyrinth forever, like blind mice. You'll rot away in it, looking for an answer that will never come!
Must be Fubuki's forte. Yeah.
Keep
We technically never triggered
playing with your shit deductions.
the electric thing.
You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live.
Oh wait, so it must have been someone that knew about
There was no way
Fubuki's
to
power,
reach
right?
the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it. Don't tell me the culprit is a robot.
Huh?
But... that's right.
Keep playing with your shit deductions. You still haven't solved the greatest mystery. How did the culprit get past the security? The critical lab security system was always live. There was no way to reach the doctor. The panel chamber shocks would have fried the culprit. That security system? No living human can breach it.
Is this one? Oh,
Flash through this mystery.
it is.
A human could get past the panel chamber by using Fubuki's forte. In fact, that's how we got past the panels. The high voltage
So,
shocks kept destroying
It
the
was
armor
someone
bell.
that knew about Fubuki's forte. So
But
does that mean
we
it's
reversed
actually
time
Yako?
every time that happened.
Correct. So whenever it was struck by the current, you went back in time.
Can only be
But-
Yako then, right?
While that was occurring, the culprit, a human, was riding on top of Amabel. That person was burnt to a crisp every time you failed.
But
Which means you killed the culprit over and over again.
Vivia,
If only you had chosen to remain ignorant, I would have walked beside you in silence. But if you intend to seek the truth, then I must stand in your way.
what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
He's going to betray you, Master.
Betray me?
It's up to you, Yuma. This is your final chance to save the world you believe in. What are you going to do? It's time to decide your past and your future.
Why, Vivia?
Let me ask.
Wait. Electrical room eyewitness. Right after the blackout, a researcher witnessed a dark silhouette. Must have been a man. Wounded in the back. Toxic gas properties. Wait. Could it be toxic gas properties?
It's cute. How did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It It's impossible to avoid the gas.
Is it impossible? Most form traits. You cannot touch. No. Cannot touch anything while using special protection. Cannot take over something else. If you hold your breath, it can be absorbed through the skin.
The culprit would surely die. You should already know this, right? The gas is a special trait. The gas can see through even a gas mask. No ability can nullify its toxicity.
Is there no ability? Fucking.
Once it hits you, you're done for. You die before reaching Wesker. No one can get past the gas chamber.
Oh damn.
Right.
But
Info on the toxic gas.
Look,
Takes about 30 minutes for the toxin to spread. Oh wait! Maybe they did take in the gas and they died afterwards. Is that why Yako was dying? Is that why? Takes about 30 minutes. Everyone would need a... Maybe they did die. Maybe that's how Yako
Yes.
died. And Yako didn't actually get killed by the...
how did the culprit bypass the toxic gas chamber? It's impossible to avoid the gas.
And then... Okay. 30 minutes, so the time
The
limit.
culprit would surely die. You should already know this, right? The
So I think
gas
it is.
a special trait.
I think it is Yako then that killed Wesker.
The gas can see through even a gas mask. No ability can nullify its toxicity. Once it hits you, you're done for. You die before reaching Wesker.
Did it wrong.
No.
Okay. The murderer must be Yako then. So he nailed the toxic gas and then
if
died
you pass
outside.
through the toxic gas, you'll die. But you'll have 30 minutes before it kills you. Which means you could survive for 30 minutes.
What? Don't tell me.
There are no gas masks here that can block this toxic gas. And no fortes that can nullify
Must be
it.
Yako. Yeah, he's he's
only
one of the
one
few
way
people that
you could
know
get
about
through it.
Fubuki's ability. He
You
was
do
dying. No,
nothing.
he is currently dying,
You
I guess.
endure it in hopes of Amapel taking you to the next room.
Then the culprit didn't do anything to counteract it and just passed through the toxic gas?
It's the only explanation that makes sense. This is the truth.
But what's the motive though?
I can't believe it.
What's the motive for...
But if the culprit really did just endure the toxic gas,
motive for killing Dr.
Then
Wesker?
they...
the culprit... The culprit is...
It appears you finally glimpsed the truth. Well, how does it feel to have your world shatter before your eyes? Isn't this what you wanted?
What's he talking about?
Yomi's mystery phantom and Fifia are both right. Subconsciously, I didn't want to know the truth.
Huh?
Up
That's
until
also
now,
why
the mystery labyrinth was withholding the mysteries that led to the culprit. And
that's why we
because
never
it's a reflection of
mentioned
my own reluctance.
we never mentioned the culprit attacking Yako.
Master, what's wrong? Do you know who the culprit is? It's the hitman, right?
The truth is worthless. Nothing has less value in this isolated, rainy city. No one wants the truth. Not even you! Now, rot away and die right here! No one will get in my way. Kanai Ward, Amaterasu! They both belong to me! If the culprit carried out the crime like you deduced, then they should be dead from the toxic gas. But no one at the scene has died from poisoning. If you can understand that much, then what are you still doing here?
You're right that no one in that lab died from that toxic gas. But that was part of the culprit's plan from the beginning. They planned to distort the facts of their death.
Yuma, are you sure you want to face the truth? Your world will fall apart. The world that you believed in.
Your deduction is wrong. Don't disturb the peace.
On the bright side,
It's not even worth debating.
if it's actually Yako, then he's already dying, so
Is this
we're
the
not
best you can do to refute it?
we're not actually killing him, I guess.
Just give up and die!
This, I'll expose the truth! The culprit misrepresented their death by using
Yako pointed to the hitman,
Hitman.
but he didn't say the hitman killed him, I guess.
The
Technically.
culprit realized their plan would be exposed if someone in the lab died from toxic gas. So they used the hitman to cover up their own death.
Use the hitman?
Meaning, the hitman wasn't hired to assassinate the doctor. They were hired to cover up the culprit's death by toxic gas.
Huh? The hitman's target was the culprit? Not the doctor? But the doctor was stabbed by the knife with the inscribed F. Doesn't that belong to the hitman?
All you would need is a similar knife. The story of Fink the Slaughter Artist using a knife inscribed with the letter F is well known.
Nah, we leave it alone until we receive further orders. Did you see the knife stuck in his back? It's the one that Fink the Slaughter Artist uses, right? I've heard about his knives inscribed with the letter F.
So it was all a ruse? The real culprit made it look like the hitman did it?
Stop. Stop, 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 stop! You useless garbage! To hell with detectives and the truth! I won't let you have your way in my city! There is no real culprit! Dr. Wesker was killed by the Hitman!
Huh? What's going on? Who's the real culprit?
The real culprit. The real culprit is...
The time has finally come, Yuma. It's time for you to acknowledge what you've known all along. If the tiny crack spreads any further, the mirror will shatter, exposing the chaos of the real world. Knowing this, will you still expose the truth? Then, show me your conviction.
The clues pointing to the identity of the Hitman's target. I know. I've known all along.
Now, expose the truth. Do it if you want to burn the world down.
What? Could it be the picture? Notebook. Someone splash with... oh no. Missing file. Old research logs.
The bloodstained photo found in the hallway near the lab. There was a person pictured with a woman. That was the Hitman's target. The real culprit behind this case. The blood obscured the person's face, but I know who it is. It could only be one person. It could only be...
How do you know? That person in the photo is the Hitman's target. And who is it?
It's...
No! Stop! Don't you dare say another word! No one wants the truth!
I don't understand, but... Good luck, Master! I'm always by your side, haunting you!
What the hell is that on the right? The Hitman.
Yoko.
Huh? Why? Why is Fuzzhead here?
Chief Yako was the only person attacked by the Hitman in the lab. In other words, the Chief was the Hitman's target. But Chief Yako tried to hide that photo by tossing it behind the houseplant. He hid it knowing it'd be an important clue. And that's because the person in the photo is Chief Yako himself. It was given to the hitman so he'd know his target, and the chief tried to conceal it. Which means the blood covering the face on the photo was likely done on purpose.
Hold on, Master! Are you serious? You're really saying Fuzzhead is the culprit? Really? I don't buy it. You think he actually put together this elaborate murder? He's knocking on death's door just for this?
I don't want to believe it either, but there's no other way.
Why was Yomi trying to hide it?
Don't forget this stuff!
What'll we leave ya? I'm gonna throw questions at you back to back. Press the correct button when you think you got the correct answer. To take damage if you avoid all ensuing assaults. Why did Yako send the death threats?
The phantom vanished. The truth has been mostly exposed, and the labyrinth cannot function much longer. Anything I do now might not matter, but I'll do it anyway. Because it's something I must do. While the chief takes his final breaths.
Vivia.
Yuma. If Chief Yako is the culprit, then what about that death threat? Why would the chief send it? If he was the killer. Answer me, Yuma.
Ah! Press the wrong key!
It's not the reason.
Oh, it's not the reason? I keep confusing X and Y
Why
on
would the chief send it?
Joy-Con.
If he was the killer. Answer me, Yuma.
By sending that note, everyone would believe the doctor's life was in danger. Which was necessary for this sequence of events to take place. All the master detectives headed to the secret lab because of that note. Chief Yako brought them here to take advantage of their abilities and murder the doctor.
Huh? Their abilities?
But the death threat wasn't sent just to the detectives. The peacekeepers received it too. What was the point of that? Why put them on high alert? What is the truth behind it all?
The note was sent to the peacekeepers because they were also part of the plan. When the peacekeepers received the note, they dispatched a lot of their personnel to the scene. The master detectives were able to take advantage of the commotion to enter the facility. They did it by disguising themselves as peacekeepers.
It would be convenient to have a lot of peacekeepers around if you want to get into the lab disguised as one.
This is why the peacekeepers also received the death threat.
Hey, You still want to do this? It's not too late to give up.
I am well aware of the danger. I haven't gotten this much exercise in a long time. But this is something I must do. I can't leave the chief like this.
Vivia.
Let's continue, Yuma. So, everyone disguised themselves as peacekeepers and entered the lab. You were already at the lab, and that's where you met up with the chief, right?
Yes, but we decided to split up after the blackout occurred.
Wait! That blackout should have caused a commotion. If we leave now, the Peacekeepers will see us. I knew it. This place is crawling with them.
What do we do?
I'll draw their attention to buy some time. In the meantime, you two hurry to that doctor.
The chief said he'd buy us some time, but he actually went and hid inside the airlock.
Was the blackout part of the plan? So the one who caused it, was that also the chief?
Must have been someone else.
No, that's not it!
Oh, I had to... Okay, I had to skip the QT
The
here.
chief said he'd buy...
Okay.
Was that also the chief?
So was that Vivia then? Oh no. Oh. Okay, I think makes sense.
The chief was with me in the security room at the time of the blackout. It's impossible for him to have caused it. So the only person it could be is the hitman. It must have been part of the job. He instructed the hitman to cause a blackout at a specific time.
But why?
It made us think the doctor was in danger, so we'd go check on him. We used Amapal and Fortes to get through the tight security system. Chief Yako had it all planned out from the start. He used us to break through the security so he could kill the doctor.
So, Master using Amapal and the Sheltered Skank's time rewinding ability at the panel chamber? That was all part of Fuzzhead's plan?
The only way to get past security was to use both Amapal and that Forte. The chief knew we'd figure that out.
I think it's more like he trusted us. He trusted that we would arrive at that conclusion.
I'm counting on you both. See you later.
Trust? How could this be a trust thing? He was clearly taking advantage of you all! He gathered the master detectives using a fake death threat, then used their Fortes to commit murder. What a scumbag! He used you all to get away with murder!
I mean,
Of all the
get
criminals
away.
I've ever met,
I don't know about
he's
get away,
the worst coward of them all!
considering he's dying right
Master,
now.
grab that coward and...
Enough!
Why did it have to come to this? Chief Yako saved me. He took me in. I had lost everything, even my memories. Sure, he may have been a little pushy at times, but still, I really admired him.
So... why? Why did you do it? Is this about the woman in the picture? Chief, please tell me! Or
There's no point in asking. That's just a mystery phantom. It's not the real Fuzzhead. Master, watch out!
The phantoms are a reflection of the same people in the real world, right? Which means he should hold the same thoughts. The photo behind the houseplant. I don't know what the chief was hiding. But that photo must have been dropped by the hitman after he was done with it. The chief picked it up and used his own blood to obscure the face. He knew the truth would be exposed if that photo was found, so he hid it behind the potted plant. He left his blood on it, almost like he wrote a dying message. But in truth, it was actually a secret he wanted to keep hidden.
Master, I think you know this, but... to exit the mystery labyrinth, you will have to eliminate the culprit.
eliminate the chief?
Are you really going to do this? After all the mysteries are solved, the chief back in the real world will die. But you saw yourself, Yuma. The chief is already knocking on death's door. Will you still bury him in the name of truth?
The chief took me in when I had no memories, or anyone to turn to. I trusted him from the bottom of my heart. Now, I have to end his life?
You know, I liked it, surprisingly. The little bit of peace and quiet I found at the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Vivia, you knew the truth behind this case from the very beginning.
I had a hunch. Because of my spectral projection, I knew the chief had been planning something for quite some time. But I pretended not to see. I admired him and the world he had made.
That's why you threatened me, and were so uncooperative in the investigation.
I knew you would reach the truth eventually, Yuma. But I tried my best to keep you away. Exposing the truth won't save anyone. Neither the chief nor you.
Master, you've already come this far. You've got to finish this. What'll happen to the other master detectives if you die here? Didn't you say you wanted to expose the truth and save everyone?
Vivia, you told me that the time would come when I'd have to prove my conviction. The conviction to accept the truth, no matter how cruel it may be. Now is that time, isn't it?
Yes, and yet you intend to continue. if you're prepared for it.
Hey! You better not get in Master's way again!
Yuma, do you remember when the Chief's soul called out to us?
Huh?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I always averted my eyes from the truth. For my own sake. My own peace and quiet. But I could never say with confidence that I was proud of myself. In the end, I was just running away from everything. That's why I entrust this to you, Yuma.
And trust what?
You signed a pact with the Death God in your desire for the truth. I want to see your conviction. As long as you don't stray from exposing all truth, I believe you'll be able to face it, cruel as it may be. I want to see it through to the end. It's why I followed you here. In that sense, we're accomplices. If you must bring down the Chief, then I will lend a hand. I won't avert my eyes any longer. I, too, want to live with my head held high. Because I, too, am a detective.
Vivia.
When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
I understand, Chief Yako. Thank you for everything you've done for me!
Well, I don't know the motive still. Like, I guess maybe the woman in the photo died because of circumstances related to the doctor. Where is the script lab located? Please keep the contamination advice. Also, I'm still not sure why Yomi was also trying to hide it. He was trying to hide the culprit.
peacekeepers, a CEO, a research doctor, a hitman, and master detectives! 2 dead bodies, but lots of shady characters! Truth bombs are about to be dropped! Time for the deduction denouement!
The victim in this case is one Dr. Weska. This incident features a sinister and meticulously detailed plot centered on the Doctor.
The old geezer was holed up inside a lab at Amaterasu HQ. He was a total hermit in the critical lab, with a totally overkill security system.
The culprit made thorough preparations beforehand to break through that system.
Boom killing a shut-in is hard work. The humane thing to do is to reintroduce him to society first.
Yeah, with that out of the way. Posing as a hitman, the culprit sent a death threat to the Peacekeepers, the Detective Agency, and the Research Lab. At the same time, they contracted a real hitman and had him infiltrate the research facility.
They spilled the beans about Gramps being in danger to lure both the Peacekeepers and the detectives to the lab.
You see, the Master Detective's presence at the scene was an indispensable part of the plan. It was how the culprit gained access to the research facility, after all. The hitman infiltrated the lab exactly as planned. And we arrived with Mikoto at the same time.
Stuff went down, blah blah blah, and Master got locked up by that Yomi guy.
I was rescued by Desuhiko and the culprit, who were disguised as peacekeepers. With the real peacekeepers rushing around, the culprit took advantage of the turmoil to sneak into the lab. But after catching up with them, the power suddenly went out, separating the culprit from the rest of the group.
The blackout itself was caused by the hitman, right? And getting separated was all part of the culprit's plan.
Right. They used the blackout as an opportunity to hide in the vents in the airlock chamber. Afterwards, we headed to the critical lab to check on the doctor's condition, just like the culprit directed us. But since that lab used a separate power supply, nothing strange had happened.
This whole the doctor's in danger spiel was an act, huh? He made a fool of you, Master. What a dick!
But then, someone attacked the doctor while we were trying to talk with him over the intercom. We had to get into the doctor's lab.
But that time, the old geezer was playing games with us. And he even tried to kill you and the others with a trap! That bastard wanted to use your dead bodies! He really got you there, Master!
I don't see why you're so happy about it. The doctor's sham made the case even more confusing. Even if we tried to get to the doctor, the critical lab was guarded by tight security. The only way through was by using an Amapal. The culprit rode on it by emerging from their hiding place in the airlock vent and jumping onto the robot's head.
All aboard the Amapal Express! First stop, a shower of toxic gas! Humans can't protect themselves against the gas, but since it's not instantly fatal, it wasn't a problem. Next up, the panel chamber and high-voltage shocks! One wrong move, and he was insta-death! But thanks to that sheltered skink, we got all the continues we could want. So, we managed a perfect clear! The critical lab was finally breached!
The culprit had anticipated we would get through this way. They also knew they would die over and over as a result. The camera feed was affected when the culprit jumped on. I should have realized what was happening.
No use crying over spilt blood. On to the next thing! Where were we? Oh yeah! To open the door to the doctor's lab, Amapal had to reach out its arm and hit a switch. And when the door opened wide enough for a person to squeeze through, the killer snuck inside.
Amapal can't follow any new commands while its arm is extended, so the culprit didn't show up on the camera.
Then, the culprit boom killed the old geezer using the same knife as the hitman. Grips was pretty much deaf, so a backstab was easy peasy.
Then, the murderer tried to leave the room before Amapal entered. But they knocked the robot over on the way out.
They then went back into the airlock chamber vent to wait for you and the others to go by.
We entered the critical lab and found the doctor's body. The culprit used that time to get out of the vent and head for the hallway.
That was when they were found by the hitman. And stabbed.
They'd already been in contact with a toxic gas, so death was inevitable. However, dying by gas would expose them as the doctor's killer. So they hired the hitman to kill them, thereby concealing any involvement.
I guess that means the killer completely trusted in the Master Detective's capabilities. They knew those powers would get them close to the doctor. But why were they willing to die to hide the crime?
I can't say for certain. Was it his pride as a detective? Did he simply not want his friends to know? Whatever it may be, I'm prepared to face the truth. The culprit who murdered Dr. Weska, and even included his own death in the plot. Jaco Furio! It was you! I will expose the truth! But why? Chief Jaco, why? Why didn't you ever talk to us about this? Why did it have to end this way? Why didn't you tell us? Is this really what you wanted? Can you even hear me?
It doesn't matter who it is. Exterminating the real culprit's soul and destroying the mystery labyrinth. That's why I'm here. Surging bloodlust. Overflowing despair. The brilliant soul of Shinigami shall expunge this cursed case! Death to all deplorables! Through into the final mystery labyrinth!
Rip. I mean, as I said, on the bright side, Jaco was dying anyway, so... Also, this scene is too loud. I said that the first time, but I still think it's too loud. Wait, is this different from the other ones? I think this scene is actually different from the other ones. This is the first one she actually hugged.
Master's naivete must be rubbing off on me. I mean, not even I hated Fuzzhead. That's weird. This mystery labyrinth is falling apart slower than usual. I wonder why.
We shouldn't let our guards down yet. Do you really think we're done here?
Huh?
Do you have all of the fragments of truth that you sought? If so, we could just leave, right?
No mysteries remain, I guess.
No. We haven't uncovered everything yet.
We still don't know why.
No. There are still some mysteries remaining.
Damn, how long is this labyrinth though?
What's remaining? I reaped the culprit's soul already. I know it's slow, but this place is starting to come down.
Maybe it's not directly related to this case.
Also, why was Yomi...
I don't want to
covering
leave
this
any
up?
questions unanswered. For Chief Yako's sake. Please, help me, Shinigami.
Oh, fine. I can't say no to you, Master. You know I can't resist helping you when you rely on me. First, we need to reveal whatever mysteries are left. That should open up a new path. Lay it all out, Master!
I need to go to the toilet at some point though. Whenever I get the chance.
Puzzle it out!
Is Dr. Weska's... What? What? Maybe he was spread and then planted swap places? Oh, note? What's this? E.
Wrong!
Ah!
That's wrong!
Oh no! I'm gonna kill myself. Who was first in?
Only 30 seconds left, Master!
Fuck me, I just basically every single leg. The rip. I guess I'll figure this out. I mean, not much left anyway. I tried everything other than E and I. Oh no. Oh wait, I have to go through the whole cutscene again. God damn. Can I save at any point?
Let's work together as a team! Great!
Oh, email. Email. Got it.
Go, go, go!
Email.
That's right! Great!
Okay. Like, initially I was trying to think... I thought it was something like motive, alibi, or whatever. But email makes sense.
Oh, it's a secret dungeon! The labyrinth must be breaking down so slowly because the identity of the culprit isn't the only mystery. But it's still definitely coming down, so you better hurry, Master!
Yeah, got it.
Yuma, I'll follow you to the end until you reach the truth.
Thank you.
Do you regret this, Yuma?
I'd be lying
What a
if
pose.
I said I
I
didn't.
noticed that all the
Think.
poses that she has.
Remember what the
kinda
chief's soul said?
risque.
If you keep that in mind while knowing who the true culprit is, doesn't it seem like he wanted you to find the truth? Even though he was the culprit himself.
Why is that?
Maybe there's a hidden truth behind this case, and the chief wanted us to find it.
There could be some anonymous person involved.
If Anonymous is part of this case, they must have a motive for killing Dr. Wesker as
Could he have
well.
been Yomi?
The
Is that why
doctor
he
knew
was
about the
hiding
secret dealings and
under
was
the
planning to
culprit?
flee from Kanai Ward by himself, after all. Could it be that Anonymous took advantage of Chief Yako by instigating him to commit murder?
Yes. It's unlikely the chief just happened to kill Dr. Wesker right as he was planning to flee.
If that's true, Anonymous isn't just involved in the case. They could be the mastermind, the Grey Eminence.
Gray's my 13th favorite color!
Why are you telling me that now?
The case is already solved. All these crimes were committed by Yako on his own. Now, get out of here.
What was that voice?
Someone's trying to stop us from solving this mystery. Now we know. The mastermind is somewhere within this labyrinth.
Get out. 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 Get out.
What's with this guy? Creepy!
We can't let this stop us. There's one more truth still hidden here. We have to find it. We need to know why the chief committed this crime.
Right. We'll figure this out.
Get out. The case solved. Solved.
No.
Flame doesn't hold up! No, it still isn't solved yet! I will discover who the mastermind is! I will solve every mystery! I will not turn away from the truth!
Yako's the culprit.
Photo of a young man and woman. There's never been a case where they issued that floor plan of the lab.
Everything was done by Yako alone.
Wow.
He hired Fink the slaughter artist. He prepared the murder weapon.
Did he?
He even killed the doctor. Yako left it alone. So what about this anonymous? Even if they did, you'll never find out who they are. There is nothing connected
Probably a
Yako
photo.
to anonymous.
Ah! Very in connection.
Speaking of which,
Yako
The lab map.
goes
Man.
the coat. Everything was done by Yako alone.
The lab map was in the room that could only be accessed by
The
Yomi.
slaughter artist.
So right now I feel like it could be Yomi.
We even killed the doctor. Yako acted alone. So what about this anonymous? Even if they did, you'll never find out who they are. There is nothing connecting Yako to...
I'll slash through this mystery. Chief Yako tried to hide this floor plan along with that photo of himself. It was strange for him to have this in the first place. This is the link between Anonymous and the Chief.
Kill you. In the name of justice. I'll kill you. Anonymous doesn't exist! Everything! Who cares about some map? It doesn't prove a damn thing! It has nothing to do with the doctor's murder! This... Anyone can find it!
You know, only Yomi. Only Yomi has access to it. Oh yeah, the shape. The shape is changing into
The
Yomi.
lab's storage.
But that room was locked. No one could enter it. It was completely sealed off. Only the director of the Peacekeepers had access. So, the only person who could have gotten that floor plan was... Peacekeeper Director Yomi.
The anonymous person who gave Chief Yako the floor plan and pushed him to commit murder was... You! The director of the Peacekeepers! Yumi Hellsmile! You were the mastermind. You were pulling the strings from behind the scenes. You instigated the Chief to commit murder!
I never thought someone as empty as me could feel so much emotion. This is the first time in my life I felt this angry.
How did you do it? What did you do to drive the chief to murder? Answer me!
I'm not telling you anything, idiot.
Huh?
So what if you figured it out? Who cares? It's too late now, you pathetic ingrates. Everyone died just as I planned. Now no one can stand in my way. No one can lay a hand on me. You should be grateful. I'm cleaning up this city.
What did you say?
Master, I hate to admit it, but Yomi's right. You can't do anything to him here.
Why not?
The place is...
He manipulated Fuzzhead from behind the scenes, but he wasn't the one who murdered the doctor.
Oh.
This mystery labyrinth is for the murder of Dr. Huesca. You can't punish Yomi.
Then what can we do?
I mean,
has to
wouldn't
pay
he
for what
count as an
did.
accomplice, maybe, sort of?
We can't do anything! That's why I'm freaking out too!
Though I guess
So,
he just sort of
exposing the
manipulated.
truth
They were not
would
really
be
collaborating.
pointless?
Just...
Then why have we been seeking it all this time?
The truth is meaningless. I'm in charge in Kanai Ward. I have to laugh. Who could have guessed things would go so well? Yako Furio was a pain in the ass. The only reason I kept him alive is for this moment. He didn't even realize I was manipulating him into killing the doctor for me. How stupid can you be?
Oh. Oh, so okay, so they were not collaborating. It was just being manipulated. I guess that's for chapter 5 then.
You pay for this.
Master, time's up. The mystery labyrinth is about to be destroyed.
If only we had found out what he was up to sooner, we might have been able to stop him. Still, I should be able to bring this memory back into the real world. I'll remember this confession. I'm not sure if it'll help, but I'll interrogate him once we return to the real world.
It doesn't matter. I'll cover it all up. You're all nothing but scum beneath my feet. I'm untouchable. And now, I'm gonna dispose of you, like the trash you are! Damn it! Hey, hurry up! Execute these scumbags immediately! Criminals have no rights!
You will pay for this!
What's with that look? Are you seriously going to defy me?
Will Vivia remember everything?
Well, I don't care. You're all going to die now.
This is real bad, Master! He's serious!
Wait, Director Yomi Hellsmile.
Oh, he does
We know
remember.
all about your secret dealings with Dr. Huesca.
Ah,
What? Did you say something? Maybe I'll kill the loudest one of you first. If you have something to say, go ahead. I can't hear you. Come on, who wants to be the first to die?
Damn it!
Forget it. I guess I'll just kill both of you at the same time.
This guy isn't listening to a thing we say! If he was the real culprit, I'd both kill him!
It's all going exactly how he wants. Solving the case didn't help anything.
Goodbye. Hope you enjoy the worst nightmare of your life as you die.
The only one who will be having nightmares is you.
Oh.
You! I thought you went back to the surface! What are you doing here?
Well, Yomi, there's something I want you to see. What do you think of this?
Oof. Secret files?
How did you get that?
Most of the secret deals you've been making over the years are listed here. Looks like someone's been cooking the books. You conspired with Dr. Weska and leaked Amaterasu's technology to other national enterprises. And with the money you obtained, you bribed the right people to control this city.
Lies! You made that all up! Hey! I don't care if he is the CEO. Arrest this masked freak! We can't let this outsider barge in here and take control of this city! Capture him, execute him, chop his head off, crush his skull! What's wrong? Why are you just standing there? If you're scared, then I'll offer a bounty! Whoever kills him gets 100 million Shin!
I mean, he is the CEO, so...
Don't you obey me! He's using false information to tear the Peacekeepers apart! You want that? You'll all be out of a job! Kanai Ward is better off without people like him! This city's fallen into ruin ever since he showed up!
So, I guess Yomi's not gonna
Now
be
follow my orders!
the villain
This
in
city
chapter
doesn't belong
5.
to him! It belongs to me! The great Yomi!
Is he gonna be the
I'm
CEO
sorry,
then?
Director Yomi. This city doesn't belong to
What?
anyone.
There again.
You... Martina, you're alive?
Makoto stopped the execution order you issued. I am here today, thanks to him.
Martina is right. Kanai Ward belongs to everyone who lives here. It doesn't belong to you!
Shinigami?
Probably best to stay quiet and watch for now.
So, you're on that freak's side now? I won't stand for this. You're a member of the Peacekeepers! I won't allow such insubordination!
Director Yomi, there's something I'd like to say to you. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to consult with a lawyer.
Oh,
What?
they changed the line.
Your reign is over, Yomi Hellsmile.
They actually have rights
Now, everyone, arrest the offending suspect. Please, do not be too rough. Even criminals have rights.
Damn it. Damn you! Mark my words, you masked bastard! Yomi Hellsmile will be back! And when I am, I'll kill you! I'll rip you to pieces for taking everything from me! You're all dead! I'll kill every last one of you!
As we discussed before, upon receiving his punishment, I hereby resign from my role in the Peacekeepers.
You don't have to.
I must. This is my way of taking responsibility as his accomplice.
Damn, someone with some sense.
Well, Chief Executive Makoto, I hope you will see to the rest.
Sorry for causing so much trouble. That should settle things for now.
What's going on?
While the Peacekeepers had their hands full with the lab incident, I snuck into Yomi's room and looked around. And there, I found this file. It's all thanks to you.
Don't tell me. You meant to bring us here to be a decoy from the start?
It was all just a series of coincidences.
Looks like I wasn't able to die once again.
Great.
Well, at least things worked out.
That was really dangerous. I thought you were...
I'm sorry about what happened to Chief Yako. With Yomi gone, there's a change in the winds of Kanai Ward. Even through the endless downpour, I will rebuild this city from the ground up. Because I love this city more than anyone else.
I see.
By the way, how did your investigation at the secret lab go? Did you find what you were looking for? You know, the so-called immortal monster, the homunculus.
No, I didn't find anything.
Maybe homunculi are just rumors. But let me know if you'd still like help in your search. If it's within my power, I'll permit you detectives to search anywhere in Kanai Ward.
Thanks.
Well, I need to get going. You should return to your friends. I'm sure they're worried about you.
Plus, you need to tell everyone what happened to Fuzzhead.
Oh, one more thing. I have a gift for you, my friend. To express my gratitude.
A gift?
Kanai Ward will be reborn,
What the?
thanks to you.
I haven't done anything.
No, that's not true.
I'm kind of worried about
Please
the
accept
reborn
gift.
part.
We're friends, aren't we? Oh, but don't open it yet. It's a bit of a surprise.
That also worries me.
Sure. Okay.
See you later.
Look, he's back!
Are you alright? We saw a bunch of peacekeepers heading that way.
Well, how did the investigation go?
The case is closed.
Closed? Really?
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Now the Chief can rest without any regrets.
Rest? Wait. Do you mean the Chief? Wait, you're joking, right?
He passed away quite a while ago. I was hoping he would live until Yuma and the others returned, but there was nothing we could do.
A while ago? Then that means he was dead before the Mystery Labyrinth.
No, it can't be. Chief Yako, please, tell me you're only sleeping. I will turn back time now, so please, open your eyes!
Stop it! There's no need to keep pestering the Chief.
But...
I wish I could do something too! But he's dead! As a detective, you should understand that. Don't sob like a baby. I want to cry too, but...
Was he already dead? Or was it due to the mystery labyrinth? We'll never know.
I don't think it really
I
matters,
think
though.
I'll head home now. My business here is done.
So cold-hearted. As usual. He's like an emotionless robot.
Vivia. We should head back too. With the chief, of course.
Master, how long are you gonna let this get you down? I know you're shocked that Buzzhead was the culprit. But you and I solved it together, so shouldn't we be celebrating?
Solved it? Yes, we did learn the truth. But it didn't resolve anything. What's the point of solving something if it doesn't save anyone? In the end, we still don't know why the chief did it. How could you even consider it solved?
I understand why you're upset. Alright, I'll leave you alone for now. Yuma?
Oh.
I thought you'd be here.
Kurumi.
I just promised I'd give him some alone time!
Are you sure you should be walking around alone at this hour?
I heard about Chief Yako. Hey, Yuma. Did we make a mistake? If we didn't try to find that secret lab, maybe Chief Yako would still be alive.
I don't know if what we did was right or wrong. But either way, I think it would have ended like this eventually.
I'm glad to see that you've returned safely.
Thank you.
To tell the truth, while you were at the lab, I looked into Chief Yako's past a bit.
Huh?
I was just curious. Do you remember that talk on the submarine?
To me, this town is my life. My bitter past, my fun memories, they're all right here. I just wanted to protect the happiness I found within arm's reach. But it wasn't easy. It was too much for me to handle on my own. And as a result, I lost everything. I was an empty shell until you all came along.
In short, the chief lost his wife 4 years ago. She was a researcher at Amaterasu's lab.
The chief's wife was an Amaterasu researcher?
On top of that, his wife's death was declared an accident. But there seems to be more to the story. At the time, the lab's head researcher was suspected of leaking technological information. It was the chief's wife that blew the whistle. If what she said was true, he would have been removed. But on the day before the commission came to investigate, an experiment went wrong and exploded, killing her.
So it's kind of what I guessed.
It's obvious that someone was trying to silence her.
Yeah. Chief Yako probably suspected that too. He was conducting his own investigation. In the end, I don't know what conclusion he reached.
So that's who the chief wanted to protect most. It's what he meant when he said he lost everything.
And the person his wife accused was... Weska.
Dr. Weska.
Do you know who that is?
No, it doesn't ring a bell. It's getting late. Let's head back to the detective agency. The chief's final words. I think they were actually meant for himself.
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind. But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
But I think he was wrong. Because everyone is mourning you, Chief. Chief, I've made up my mind. No matter how cruel it may be, I will expose the truth hidden in this city.
Hey, did you come up with this dish yourself? I've never had anything so tasty.
Thank you. Cooking is all I'm really good at, after all.
Let's shop again.
Are you hungry? Can I make you something at the agency?
Well, I guess I haven't eaten in a while.
What? This flatty is gonna mix something dangerous into your food. I suggest you stay far away. Alright. What should I make? I need to cheer you up. And make something in the kitchen.
She seems rather considerate. She's a nice girl.
Yeah.
I wish you'd be more considerate to me.
Yuma, does light shine into your world now that you've obtained the truth?
I don't know. It's like you said. I feel as though the world's ended. I tried so hard to find the truth. Should I not have done that?
You should ask yourself that tomorrow. The you of tomorrow will have an answer for the you of today.
As usual, I'm not quite sure what you mean, Vivia.
What's that?
It was hidden in a drawer of the chief's desk. It seems like a letter from Anonymous.
Anonymous? You mean Yomi?
Of course, he didn't know Anonymous was Yomi. This letter mentioned the truth behind his wife's death 4 years ago.
The truth?
It describes how Dr. Weska conspired to murder her. The facts were laid out, cold and calculated. I wonder, how did the chief feel when he read it? It's not hard to imagine him burning with a desire for revenge against Dr. Weska. By the way, this letter arrived right after I was dispatched to Kanai Ward. In other words, the motive and means were both in the chief's hands.
So the letter was the trigger.
In my ghost form, I've seen the chief staring at this letter in secret many times. Back then, I didn't know what he was reading. But I know the chief was thinking about it constantly. Perhaps the map of the lab was sent together with this letter.
If so, then it was a total setup.
I'm sure the chief deeply regretted using her fortes as part of his crime. Or maybe that's just the truth I seek. Maybe it's nothing more than wishful thinking.
You might be right. I think the chief wavered back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people think Vivia is cold-hearted, but I think he cared deeply for the chief. He really did admire him.
Well, I think he's terrible at showing it. He needs to work on his facial expressions at the very least.
By the way, Yuma. Yomi definitely was the mastermind who worked in the shadows to put this together. But that aside, there's one more person I'm curious about.
You mean Makoto Kagutsuchi? I know.
Oh, same. I was wondering about him.
Do you think it was a coincidence he brought me to the lab today?
I don't think so.
Oh, the phone.
It's a call from the WDO. We should go back inside.
I know about Yako Furio. Who could have suspected that a proud detective of the WDO would commit murder?
He doesn't know anything.
If only the World Detective Organization had sent support to Kanai Ward sooner.
Stop it. There's no point in saying that now.
I can hear you. Enough idle talk. Focus. The only thing a detective must do is solve cases. Concentrate on solving mysteries. Emotions will only shackle you as a detective. Emotions must be discarded to reach a perfect solution through a perfect deduction. I know you're suffering from the loss of your chief, but the investigation must continue. Until Kanai Ward's ultimate secret is revealed, the great global mystery will never be solved. These are heavy responsibilities. It demands your complete attention.
In that case, please tell us, what is the great global mystery? Many master detectives have already been killed. Keeping us in the dark could lead to more deaths. Like what happened to our chief.
Very well. great global mystery is a mass kidnapping case.
Hmm?
Huh? Kidnapping?
Yes, countless people from around the world have been kidnapped and taken to Kanai Ward. We are searching for the heinous criminal responsible.
Heinous criminal? Lots of people have been taken to Kanai Ward?
But where could they gather that many people in this city?
Well, I have an idea.
Huh? Seriously?
Alara seems to know something. You'd better go have a chat, Master.
The restricted area. They could gather all the kidnapped people there.
You're right. That would be the perfect place to hide them.
I was planning on discussing it later, but there is some new information about that place. It appears that the restricted area does in fact have a corpse disposal facility.
However, there are lots of rumors about the restricted area. For example, they even say it's a corpse disposal facility where bodies from Kanai Ward are dumped off.
What? That rumor was true?
In Kanai Ward, corpses rot easily due to the humidity from the rain, so they are quick to retrieve bodies. The corpses are then loaded onto trucks and transported to the restricted area for disposal. But that process is managed by a department with a handful of people working directly for Amaterasu's CEO. On top of that, they are only involved in transportation. They aren't aware of what happens afterwards. How the bodies are buried and who buries them is a mystery.
All of this secrecy around the burials. It's suspiciously cautious.
The CEO is that Makoto guy, right? Does he have something to do with the corpse burials?
But how is the global kidnapping case related to a corpse disposal facility?
I know! They are forcing the kidnapped people to bury the bodies!
I doubt it. Why bother kidnapping just for that?
Anyway, there's definitely something happening in the city. Something sinister.
We just don't know what it is.
I did say that I didn't trust the
While we're
CEO.
at it, perhaps I should share the information I've obtained as well.
Huh? You got something too?
That anemic vampire knows something. I sure wish we'd gotten the whole story right away.
I don't know if it has anything to do with what's going on here. But while I was using spectral projection to search for the secret lab, I kept hearing about a strange rumor in town. There's a taboo among Kanai Ward's residents. Something they must never discuss in front of outsiders.
Taboo?
He's probably the only one who could have learned that. I doubt anyone would mention it in front of detectives.
So what was it about?
The Blank Week Mystery.
The Blank Week Mystery?
Unfortunately, all I know is its name, and that it's taboo to mention it in Kanai Ward.
Huh? That's it? I don't get it.
Well, it does sound ominous. Maybe it has something to do with the mass kidnapping and the restricted area.
But all we have to go on is the term.
The Blank Week mystery is taboo in Kanai Ward. I wonder if Kurumi has heard about it. I should ask her after this meeting with number 1.
She's an informant who may be hiding information. If that's true, we'll have to torture the info out of her.
The Great Global Mystery in the restricted area, the Blank Week mystery, and a heinous criminal pursued by the WDO. After coming this far, we're still discovering more mysteries. How are they all connected? What is going on in Kanai Ward?
Is all of that being solved in
Listen
in the
closely,
next chapter,
detectives.
then?
If this case is ignored, more people will fall victim. You are the only ones who can stop it. The World Detective Organization never overlooks a mystery. Any and all truths must be exposed. As always, we are aiming for a perfect solution. Now that I'm involved in this case, I will guide us to that end. Go forth, proud detectives.
Oh no, is he gonna die?
Eliminate all
Ah!
What?
When I saw the subtitles,
What's
I knew he was
going
gonna die.
What was that flash?
I think he's gone.
Number one, I heard an explosion. What's that? Another branch. A newsflash. All right, give me the video feed.
We bring you breaking news. The WDO headquarters has been struck by a terrorist bombing. Here's live footage from the scene. You can see the fierce fire consuming it. For those of you just tuning in...
Terror attack?
The WDO. What's going on?
What is this? What is happening? Master, this is...
The hell is that? Oh!
What is this?
I knew it was a trap.
I must rewind.
No, it's gas. Everyone, hold your breath.
I wanna die someday.
Vivia, please.
Hey, Master! Master!
Well, I guess that's the end for today. That was a long ass stream. I didn't expect the mystery labyrinth and the end of chapter 4 to be this long. But it was fun. I enjoyed the chapter. Probably among my favorite chapters so far. I don't know if I like this one more or chapter 0 more. I really like chapter 0 because I sort of figured out what was happening before even getting into the mystery labyrinth, so that's one of the reasons I liked it. But this one's kind of cool. It was a bit different. The mystery labyrinth had a few puzzles that were different from the other ones, the fight against Vivia and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts for the chapter. I'm gonna end the stream here. Tomorrow probably at around the same time I will start chapter 5. And then yeah, I'll continue tomorrow. Thank you guys again for watching, and see you maybe in the next